then she was on drugs. I found this out later on in life. Like, she was on drugs. She was in the streets bad.
Ashley Robinson?
Yeah, she like the cloud. How you know that? How you know that?
I'm a journalist.
Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the penny, the kenny, the motherfucker. I'm the best rapper alive.
You initially knew. Because when we working, we already know, like, okay, if I can't do this, I definitely can't be with you. So you initially knew, like...
Yeah, made a baby with. This was like my girlfriend. I love her. Like, you know, I was in love. This is the first girl I ever loved in my life.
That's cute.
Nah,
No, it is. Like, that's cute for real.
Nah, it is, man.
I think that's what their situation was. I think they kind of fell out way before Glorilla even made it.
So the people I've been fanned out by, but I ain't act on it. Like, when I first got into the game and doing stuff, it's like, damn. Like, when I first met Tip, Shaq, Michael Blackson, I'm like, damn, nigga, but I ain't show it. But I'm like, damn, like, I was turned up, man.
Yeah.
So he must have got drunk, and somehow he started getting mad and caused trying to cause a scene, but it didn't work in his favor.
Say it with your chest.
Hey y'all, it's Miss Kelly, the realest bitch in the world. This is Say It With Your Chest podcast. Today I got Myron Jewell. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm feeling good, man. I told you I wanted to get on your podcast. Look, I'm gonna tell the world. I reached out to her. It's like, I'm trying to get on your podcast, man. I seen my boy Jewell on here, and I started looking up her podcast, and it was dope. You know what I mean? So I like what you're doing and what you do, like what it's growing to be. So I'm like, let me get on it now. I don't want to wait till she get all the way to the next level, like, cause you already to the next level, but I'm saying the next level.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Keep doing your thing. I'm here.
All right. Who is Myron Jewell?
Myron Jewell is first a father, comedian, an actor, just an overall fool. You know what I mean? Like, overall fool. This is who I am. That's why I'm living in my purpose now, because of, like, you know, what God blessed me to do. God blessed me with the gift of being able to make the world laugh, and I'm just one of them, what they call them, 2%ers. Mm-hmm. Whatever the percentage is, where they say, well, people find out what they calling is and they do it. You know, I'm part of that percent of people.
Okay.
And I made it happen, and I ain't looked back since.
How long have you been doing it? How long have you been?
And it's been like, my first viral video was in 2017, so it's almost 9 years.
Okay.
So yeah, my first viral cheating ass Myron videos. But you know, you gotta, when you're doing that, you gotta still build up. Like, I was going viral, but nobody knew who I was yet. I was just this guy that keep going viral. So then it took years to build identity. Then I wasn't getting paid for none of that. So it took years to get paid. So that's how I knew I loved it. I was doing all that for free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Broke as hell. I had hella views, but I ain't had no money. But it started making sense because I stayed down. You know? So,
gotta stay down, definitely.
Facts.
So what do you feel like, what situation, I would say, what impactful situation shapes you to be who you are today?
What impactful situation shaped me to be who I am today? You asking that, like, as far as, like, I'm trying to make sure I'm hearing, because I understand the question, but I want to make sure, like, something in my life that made me, like, really realize who, like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to make sure
So I'll give you examples.
Okay.
So for me, what shaped me to be who I am today is being a mother early.
Facts.
So it motivated me. It made me hustle.
That's dope, man. So with me, it was two things. And I'm glad you said that, since you broke it down. It was my grandfather, for one. Right, because when I grew up in the hood, I mean, we probably get to that later, but I grew up in on the north side of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That's like dead smack of the hood, right? Mm-hmm. So over there, you know, I was just doing what I wanted to do and stuff, like, you know what I mean? And then I met a certain group of friends, and they were different, and I thought they were squares at first, but the more I was hanging with them niggas, I'm like, man, they like this what I need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they was talking to cleaner girls, they was doing funner stuff. I was just happy to get out of school and go hang on the block, and I wasn't even doing it. I wasn't even hustling or nothing. That's all I knew, though. You know what I mean? So when I started hanging with those other guys, that motivated me, too. That's one of the things that motivated me. Like, oh, I can be better than the normal statistic stuff that the rest of these dudes is going to end up being. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. My grandfather, I graduated high school, and I moved with my granny on my mom's side, and she kept telling me, like, you know, you're going to have to get a job. You grown now. But I wasn't used to that at my other grandma's house. They was just letting me do what I wanted.
Yeah. And
she's like, your granddad moving back in. My granddad moved back in, and he woke me up every day. Like, I was having to walk my little brother and sister to school, and then get on the city bus to look for jobs. And I go look, I was faking like I was looking for jobs, and I come back, and he be like, you ain't look for nothing. You came back too fast. Then when I found jobs, he's like, that ain't it. That ain't enough. I'm like, damn. I didn't understand it then. I'm like, why you riding me, bro? I found a job. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But he was really just putting something in me that I didn't even know was going to end up making me be the person that I am today. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then having my son. I had my son at 22, so it was like, I can't let him down. You know what I mean? I got to make it work.
Yeah.
You know, so those three things, just hanging with a different group of people than what I grew up with, my grandfather, and having a son.
So your grandparents raised you?
Yeah, so my dad, so this is the thing. My mom and my dad, so my mom passed away, and you I know you probably get into that, but my mom passed away when we get to now. She passed away when I was 13.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And my dad passed away while I was grown. But the thing is, when I was younger, I stayed with my grandma. Like, my dad was like in bands. So like I do comedy and I travel. He was in bands, so he was playing the bass for bands and he traveled a lot. So he was very involved in my life, but it was like, it ain't how I am with my son. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, I had time to go throw rocks in the water with my son and chase geese and just ride bikes. I was making sure of that, and I think that's because of I didn't get all that with my dad. It was like I got hella memories of him, but it's like the things I do with my son, I wish I had that with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was, so my grandma on my dad's side, basically, she's the one who basically raised me as well as my parents.
So how old is your son?
My son, he's 18, he'll be 19. So that's my one and only kid.
Oh, he's 19?
He'll be 19 March 22nd of this year.
So, how is it raising a 19-year-old in the Midwest with all this YN going in, all this stuff going on? How is it raising him? Like, is it scary?
So, it's very scary, man. Me and his mom, man, which is my lady, like, we got back together. We reunited about, it'll be a year in June at the 15-year split, so that's crazy, right? We can get into that later. I don't know if we talk, but
no, this your show. Like, whatever
you
want to talk about, get into it. Say it with your chest.
Having a son though, especially in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, it's super ghetto. You know what I mean? It's ghetto as hell down in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. People don't know. For the people that don't know, it's ghetto as hell in Milwaukee. So y'all think it's white people? No, it's niggas down there. But the good thing about him is me always being an active father. Like, even throughout like my comedy grind, when I started grinding, I still made him like first priority, and then it was my comedy. But God was still blessing me and opening hella doors for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but he played ball, so it kept him out of the streets. You get what I mean? Like, him having an active father, being able to tell him the right and the wrongs, even if he didn't understand it then, like I didn't when I was young. It's like, oh, shut up, man. You always talking. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
I could tell by his face he didn't want to hear that crap. You know what I mean? But hey, I'm gonna say it a million times until you get it. You'll understand when you get older. He played ball. I feel like him playing ball, he started playing ball in the 3rd grade, so that kept him from being super distracted. Granted, he's still seen a lot of crazy stuff because you can't control what they see in that school, or you know what I mean, and stuff like that, the way kids talk or the way they act. So my job was to just make sure I was just being the best father possible and the best example that I could be, so that he had choose. Because sometimes I feel like even though I'm talking his ear off about everything that I was, like the do's and the don'ts, and he don't want to hear it, I'm still setting an example in front of him. So even if he's not hearing it, he's seeing me do the same stuff over and over and this and that. So eventually it's just going to naturally just be in him to be like, when something happened, like, oh, no, I ain't doing that. And he don't even know why. It's like, it's because he ain't listening to me when I tell him don't do this.
Yeah.
So, he been good, though. It's hard, but it's like, man, we pray and we just talk his ear off and hope he follow, you know what I'm saying, lead by example.
Yeah.
So far, so good. He's a freshman in college now, all the way in Arizona, so far, so good.
Oh, well, you did a good job.
Yeah, my one and only kid,
Dad.
man. Yeah, he go to GCU in Phoenix, Arizona, man. It's his first year in college. So, nigga, that was a blessing to me, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And he far. That's a 4-hour flight. So they drive a day, you know what I'm saying? So he can't just get in the car and come home, and he, so... I feel like I did a great job. Me and his mom. I don't want to say it was just me. Me and his mom, so.
So do you feel like moms get more credit than the fathers in co-parenting?
I feel like, so I'm gonna be this. I'm gonna say this. I feel like women, younger Myron, I probably would have been like, man, we do the same thing. But it's like, in reality, women actually, y'all do a lot more hands-on stuff than men do with kids. You got kids? I feel like women do a lot more. Like, we can be like a financial provider. We can be a father to make sure they know right from wrong as a man. But y'all waking up in the morning, getting them dressed, taking them to school, make sure these kids brushing their teeth, they doing it, and we in the bed asleep or we going to work. You know what I mean? Like y'all do a lot of extra. It's like the little stuff that that men don't appreciate that y'all do. We be like, oh, I'm a great father. I'm here. You know what I mean? I buy clothes. I do this. I pick them up every day. I do. Yeah, but all that little stuff, like y'all be wanting to break. I had to learn it as I got older. Y'all be wanting to break sometimes. Like, go with your dad and you wake up every day at 5 a.m. to get these kids together and get them to school and then pick them up and do this and let me go to bed. Like, you know what I mean? You got to cook dinner. You got to cook breakfast. You doing all of this stuff for these kids. And the dad just... We ain't doing all that. We just waking up. You know, you cooking breakfast. And if you with a dude, you cooking breakfast for all of us. You know what I mean? And we just chilling like, babe, you hungry? Like, we eating. Yeah, I'm hungry. We eat all that. So it's a lot. Women do more than guys unless you just a deadbeat woman, mama. You know what I mean? I do feel like women do more than men for the most part, man, because y'all, we got to count that little stuff. Not the money that we spend, like those little things that y'all do.
Yeah. So, if you don't mind, I would like to touch on the loss of your mother a little bit more.
Oh no, that's cool. That's cool. And you know what's crazy? I learned, dude. I used to always cry when I talk about this. Always, right? So I had to learn over the years. I had to learn how to talk. Like I didn't want to talk to kids and stuff, and I always break down. It's like I got to teach myself because I want to talk about it on stage. But I can't be out there telling jokes and cry. They gonna be like, hold on, like
they gonna feel that.
No, they would.
They gonna feel that.
But the way I used to cry was like the show was done. Like it wasn't gonna be no cry. Be like, come on. I'm like, nah, nigga, it's done. I'm done. I'm hurting. I gotta wait to the end of the show if I talk about it.
Yeah.
But so what people don't understand. So I have questions like with my mom. So I remember when I was young with my mom and my dad and my mom was together. I was like in kindergarten, right? I remember being in kindergarten, and that's when I remember living with my dad and my mom at the same time. My mom, look, I'm thinking about it now. Like, I'm not talking about I'm better, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But,
it's okay. We got the tissue.
Yeah. So I think I can do it, man. I think I can do it.
Yeah.
But my mom and my dad, so, and because I rock with you, I'm going to keep everything all the way funky. You know what I'm saying? So I remember when I was young, like my dad used to, I know he used to hit my mom. I remember that. These are memories. This is what I hate. And I'm telling you this for a reason because I hated that. These are the memories I have of my mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember being like, maybe like kindergarten, and I remember my dad used to fight my mom, and they'd go in the room, and then you'll hear her crying, she come out, and we kids, like we knew, but we didn't know, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't know why. So that was that. And then she ended up moving. My mom ended up leaving. But my mom had 6 kids. Out of the 6 kids, 2 of the kids, me and my sister, which are the kids y'all see in the videos with me. My sister got 4 kids. Those are the other kids y'all see in the videos with me outside of my son. And out of my mom's 6 kids, my dad, me and her was his kids. So while he kicked her out for whatever reason, which I didn't know at the time, which I'll tell you, we didn't know, but he kept us. And my other brothers was with my granny on my mom's side. So we don't know, we young, we like whatever. And then my dad, I remember him dating this white woman, and I'm like, this ain't got a white woman, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't care, we lived with our dad. And then that didn't work out. And then I remember we moved right down the street, like on the same block, but down the street, with my stepmom, which I love her to death because I'm glad God gave me her because I never really got to know my real mom. People don't know that. I never really got to know her for real. You know what I mean? It's like I remember her, but I just know she was goofy. And I know my dad used to beat her up.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying because I was young when she left out of our life. Yeah. And then, then she was on drugs. I found this out later on in life. Like she was on drugs. She was in the streets bad, like real bad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm too young at the age. I can't help her. You know. So you get older and you wonder like, did somebody try to help her? Maybe they did, and she just didn't want help. You know. So we can't. I never heard nobody say nothing bad about anybody not wanting to help her. You know. Moved down the street. I'm with my stepmom. She got 5 girls. She don't got no boys. It's 5 girls. So now I'm like, this is the mother I need, and I'm the son she never had. You know what I mean? So that was a blessing. Across the street from that is my grandma on my dad's side. Like literally across the street. Not like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like across the street. So when my mom and my stepmom and my dad would get into it, we would go over there with my grandma. You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. It was like weird just going back and forth. When they arguing, we over here, then we over there. You know what I'm saying? But my mom, bro, it was hard because it's like I used to be like, I used to see my mom walk past the house, and I remember I was in the gate with one of my friends, and my mom walked past. She had a nice shape, but she just was out there, you know, in the streets. One of my friends was like, he was like, my mom came over. She walked past and like she stopped in there and she brought my sister a Barbie doll and bought me like a little toy, like a little basketball, a little Nerf toy, and we was in there playing cards, and she was goofy as hell. So that's the only memory I got. Like, man, my mama, this is why I'm goofy. My dad, I know my daddy's silly. He around. She was silly as hell, and I'm like, damn. Now that I'm older, I look back like this shit just in our DNA from both sides. So she walked out the house, and I remember I was in the gate with my friend, and my friend was like, he was like, who's that? And I was like, man, I don't know who that is, because I was embarrassed because I knew she was on drugs. I thought he was gonna say something bad, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, man, she thick as hell. And now I'm mad, but I can't say nothing because I already told this nigga that this was my mom, you know what I'm saying? So even today, this still haunt me, but I also know God knows that I was a kid and I was just embarrassed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, oof, this is the part I don't like talking about. So, my mom got murdered in 1998. I was like in 8th grade, and it was around the corner from our house by a 17-year-old. I'm 13, over drugs. So she was over there, and I think a young dude tried to sell her drugs. From the story I was told, I never heard nothing different. A young guy tried to sell her drugs, and she didn't want the drugs. She cracked jokes because of just being who she is, you know what I mean? And must have made a fool out of him or something, and the guys around hyped him up, and he ended up shooting her in the chest and the head. You know, like, this is like literally around the corner from our house. Like, I was on 24th and Locust. This was in the alley between 25th and 26th and Locust. So it was like, and I remember my dad just coming in there, and I be trying to be tough, boy. But shit, I remember my dad coming in the room, and I never seen him cry. And I remember I was silly, so I remember he came in and he was crying. I'm like, the fuck this, like, what this nigga crying for? And I smiled first, right? You know what I'm saying? He came in crying, I smiled first, and my sister, he was like, y'all mom dead. My sister instantly broke down, right? And I was smiling because I'm more so looking at him. You know what I'm saying? On some goofy shit. But then I used to be one of those people that, like, I used to hide my feelings. Like, I ain't want nobody to see me cry and stuff. Like, now that I'm older, I don't care. But then it's like, when I sat down and it kicked in, it was like, damn, my mama really gone. I seen my dad cry, my sister hurt, and a 17-year-old, like, this nigga was a kid. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Killed my mom. Now she gone. Now I got all these answers, questions, like did somebody try to help her? Why this happened? Who is the nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? My sister wrote him. My sister, she one of them people want to get down to the T. She found out who he was. This is years later, and she wrote him and asked him, like, why did he do what he did? And he wrote her back. Like, I don't know how she figured all this out, but she did this, and she ended up getting a letter back. Mind you, this is years later while we grown. And she got the letter back, and she asked me, did I want to see it? And I was like, I never wanted to read it. I was like, I don't even want to know. You know what I mean? She wanted to know, but I didn't want to know because it was still painful. And I think, like, last year I asked her about it, and she was like, she burned it. And one of them times you had them fire pits, and you'd be like, you just throwing away a lot of old news, old baggage. I forgot what it's called. It's called something that they do, and they take all this stuff and they throw it into a burning fire pit just to get rid of all the old stuff. She did that with it, so I could never see it. You know what I'm saying? So it was bad, man. And I'm learning. Like I said, man, this is hard. I almost cried. I'm about to cry 2 times when I'm saying this, but that's how I know, because I didn't told this story, but I always want to tell it on every platform until, like, really get out there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I've cried so many times, even telling kids, because it's like, damn, bro, like, ain't nothing like losing your mama. Even though I can be like, I don't know my mom like that, but I know my mom. It's like, so now that I'm doing, because that shit came in, I was like, Terrence Howard. But now that I'm trying to fix it, now that I'm doing what I'm doing, like, when I see, like, my friends, they got, like, mamas and daddies, and they blowing up too. Like, my shout out to, like, my dog Funny Marco, like Desi Banks, Mojo. You know what I'm saying? Mojo Brooks, just to name a few. When I see them doing stuff like for their parents, but like that, I love it. But it hurts me. I'm like, I can never do that. I'll never experience that. You know what I'm saying? I'll never experience being able to be like, Mama, I made it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is for y'all, and then and my pops. I don't know if you want me to talk about that or.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, and shit. And my pops, that's because, you know, he was there a lot more. So I cried about my mom a lot too, but my dad is more touching because of, you know, I got way more memories.
Mhm.
My pops, like I said, he was there, but he was gone a lot doing on the road. But you know what I'm saying? He didn't do all the things I do with my son. I feel like that's what made me want to be a better father to my son. Like, okay, no matter how I'm grinding, I gotta still make sure that I'm there for him. You know what I'm saying? So with my dad is just like me. He's never been to jail. He's not a jailbird, none of that stuff, man. He ended up getting into trouble and going to jail. He like 50, 54 or something like that. He go to jail for the first time, like for real in his life. And I'm like, I said, I don't want to talk about what it was. You know what I mean? Just, you know, I never talk, cause I ain't ready to tell the world that yet, but I always talk about it. But he went to jail. And when he went to jail, you don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I grew up with my dad. You know what I'm saying? You probably know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? You don't believe it. He ain't never, he been regular with us and all this, right? And they take him to jail. And I'm like, okay, they took him for a reason. But it's my dad. I love him to death. I'm like, boom. So he go to jail. And I remember my sister, she like super hands-on. Like, she like, I'm going to see daddy. I'm going to see daddy. I'm like, I don't want to see him like that. You know what I'm saying? That was just how I am. I cope different. She went to see him when he was in the county jail before they shipped him off. And she finally talked to me to go see him. And I went to see him. My dad was still his regular self. They had us talking to him on the phone. You know what I mean? Like, we talking to him on the phone. He got his little perm. He used to have a perm and shit. Thought he was cool as hell. I'm like, that perm was weak as hell. I hated that perm. He like, yeah, I get all the ladies with this perm. And then he said he a pimp. And we used to be like, he ain't no damn pimp. And he said his pimp mean prayer in my pocket. That's what y'all always said. That's what he said. But this dude was woman crazy, man.
Sound like a pimp to me.
Yeah. So he finally talked me into going to talk to him, and I went and talked to him because I wasn't mad at him or anything. I'm just like, cause I don't know what the allegations and all this stuff is true yet, but he locked up for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Talk to him. He looked regular. He's my regular dad. And I'm like, okay, this nigga scary as hell and all this stuff. So he looking regular. So I felt good. So then time passes and he ended up going to prison, right? And I'm like, damn, this nigga, like, I said, that shit must be true then, right? So I'm like, I don't want to see him like this. He in prison. And my sister was going like every weekend to see him. And I'm like, they kept asking me to come see him, like, come see your dad, come see your dad. I'm like, I don't want to see him like that. Like, because in my mind, he finna get out. This shit ain't true. But it ain't. And he had cancer, which we didn't even know about. And he had cancer, right? And my uncles kept telling me every day, like, his oldest brother and his youngest brother would tell me, like, you need to go see your dad, you go see your dad. But they didn't never tell me why. See him. I'm like, man, I don't want to go see him.
It's crazy. They did me like that as well. When my grandma died, and I was like 16, and everybody kept telling me, you need to go see your grandma. You need to go see your grandma. Yeah. And I never went, but nobody never told me why to go.
Facts.
But I want to interrupt you.
No, you good, because that's it's like relatable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like that was crazy to me.
And they wasn't saying nothing. I'm like, I don't want to see him like that. And then my uncle, and mind you, at the time I worked with my uncle. He's one of my uncles that motivated me to keep. Shout out to him too. He's another reason I left my uncle Darren out. That's my favorite uncle in the world, man. That man just always believed in me. I always looked up to him. You know what I'm saying? And he's one of the reasons that who I am today as well. So shout out to you, Uncle Darren. I love that nigga, dog. That nigga moved to Arizona. I ain't seen him in a while, but we know, you know. But they kept saying go see your dad. Then I never wanted to. And then they like, you need. My uncle just told me, like, man, we was at work. He was like, you got to go see your dad, man. He was like, he don't got that much time left. And I remember I was like, what? And it broke me down. I'm like, that much time, right? So I'm like, all right, forget it. I'm gonna go see him. And my sister set up the weekend for us to go see him. And we went to the prison, and they walked us through. First of all, my scary ass, I'm like, I don't want to be around. I didn't know that when they walked us through the prison, like, you know, they do all them checks, but when they walked us through, it was prison niggas just walking around free. Like, they was walking a line along a wall, like they couldn't come outside of a line, but these niggas ain't got no cuffs on, nothing. So that shit scared the shit out of me. I'm like, bro, like, these niggas just turn. There's one officer walking us to my daddy because he was in hospice. He was in hospice, so I'm like, damn.
Oh, they got hospice in the prison.
Yeah, they had.
I never knew that.
He was in hospice. Yeah,
okay.
He was in hospice, and they took us up there, and I got in there. Now, last time I seen my dad, like earlier, I told you he was his regular self, but he was in the county jail at the time. I hadn't seen him for a while. Then when I got in there, I walked in the room. He was. You see, I'm a skinny dude. Like, he was skinnier than this. Like, I walked in the room and he was so skinny. Like, And my sister used to be telling me like, he won't eat and stuff. He was so skinny when I walked in. And I remember walking in and I just broke down like damn, this ain't my dad. He was just, he was staring at me. See, I see it all over again, man. But he was staring at me and I was just like damn, now I'm feeling bad for not coming. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, I should have came because I could have been talking to him. And I just, man, he was staring, and he was trying to smile. He was trying to smile because he seen me, and that's all he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he seen me, and that's all he. And my uncle kept telling me that, but he didn't want to tell me. But he seen me. I can't. Whew.
Okay.
He seen me, and he was smiling, but you could tell it was hurting him. He was so weak, like it was hurting him.
Mm-hmm.
So it made me like really break down. And I remember I was like damn, like I'm feeling bad, and I remember hugging him. Like for a long time, he was like real thin and shit, and I was hugging him. And then we was just talking about, like we was reminiscing. I was bringing up old stories from all the funny shit he did. And he was like, you could tell he wanted to laugh. But he couldn't. It was like painful laugh, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, you could tell that was like what he wanted to see. Like you could tell like that's what he wanted to see. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that he seen like this is all I needed before I left. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he was like just looking at me like I can't even do the smile. It was like a painful but his cheeks was rising and I'm just like, damn dog, like why I wait so long to see my dad? You know what I'm saying? And then I was just reminiscing and just talking about just all the stories that he was doing. You know, I'm silly, so I'm at the bottom of the bed doing all these actions, just having fun, and he in the bed he just wouldn't break his eyes off of me. Like it was just staring so hard, and I'm like, man. So they told us when we left, they said, I might want to say our final goodbyes because they said he had like a week left of life. But you know, when people say that, you don't ever really believe that. You know what I'm saying? You like, nah, man, my pop's finna get some months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it hurt the most because he literally passed away a week later, and that was the day before my birthday. So my birthday, March 29th, he passed away on March 28th. And every year, my birthday is like bittersweet, you know what I mean? Because it's like the day before I want to celebrate me living another year. It's like I have to not celebrate, but you know, you got to think about the fact that you lost your father. You know what I mean? Like, damn, my daddy died this day. 2015, this many years, you know what I mean? Like, so it hurts, you know what I'm saying? But going through those things, I feel like it made me who I am today because of the simple fact of I don't feel like nothing I will ever go through is gonna hurt me more than losing both my parents. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just grind, and then my son, you know what I mean? My son is like my biggest inspiration. My sister, her kids, you know what I mean? So it's like I can't let them down. I'm living in my purpose.
Yeah.
So my thing is to just continue to grow, continue to grind, and be the best Myron Jewell that I can be while I put my son, my niece, and nephews on as well. You know what I mean? So longevity, you know what I'm saying? Generational wealth. That's how my mind think with my family.
Yeah. So I do want to lighten up the mood.
No, that's cool, man.
Because that was heavy, and I appreciate you sharing that with me.
Because I did. Man, I just feel like the world needs to know that and see that. So when people see Myron, it's like, because they see that goofy dude.
I got you a gift.
Huh?
I got you a gift.
You got me a gift. I got me on here crying, man. Oh, hey, there we go, man. Look, she got me a fofo, man. Y'all know what this is, man. This is a fofo, dog. Look, she got me the perfect gift, man. I got got 3 of them on there. So I got it. Yeah, she gave me the one with the what they call it, the switchy. I put a switch on here. We got 3. Appreciate you, man.
What?
I got another fofo, man. Yeah.
What you gonna do with the fofo?
Oh, man, I'm gonna hit him with the fofo. You know what I'm gonna do? Dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the penny, the kenny, the motherfucker. I'm the best rapper alive since the worst rapper alive since the worst rapper retired. Say the same rap on every beat. I think I'm the only person in the world to ever do that.
Say it one more time for me.
Dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the penny, the kenny, the motherfucker run around with the fofo. Dog with the fofo. Motherfucker run around with the nigga with the dog with the fofo. Penny, the kenny, the motherfucker run around with the nigga wanna go with the dog with the fofo. Blow. Then you gotta hit him with that slow motion. Where your slow motion at? Drink your juice slow motion. Give me your wine. That was too fast. You drunk it fast as hell. You said
Because I like to drink.
I know you said. Hey, you put
I
it
like
on
to
your-
drink.
She put it on her lips slow, but then once she tasted it, she said, "Like that."
No,
You're
I'm
the first person
screaming.
to ever gift me a fofo.
Really?
Yeah, like I always get my own, but like you're the first person to ever gift me a fofo. Like, look, I got you fofo, and I guarantee you, I'm always had this. Like, I keep them.
Okay.
I keep them. You know, like you're gonna be looking like he used it in the video. I'm like, yeah.
Say shout out to Miss Kelly Said With Your Chest podcast.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Kelly Said With Your Chest podcast, but she ain't give me no bullets though. So she don't want me to hit nobody with it for real. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
You hear the power in that though? Listen. Oh, that's gonna hurt somebody. That's gonna hurt somebody.
So, are you single?
No. So I got back with my son, mom. I was single for a long time, so I was able to just be me for years. Like even on this journey, just grinding. Like I was able to just do whatever I wanted, right? So me and his mom broke up for 15 years, but we was always great co-parents.
Mm-hmm.
We always stayed great co-parents. Like, and we wasn't even being active, like sexually active. So people think we probably dipped and dabbed, but I feel like,
most niggas do.
yeah, if we dipped and dabbed, I feel like we wouldn't be where we at today because it would have caused confusion and we would have been bumping heads because now it's feelings involved because this wasn't a girl that I just made a baby with. This was like my girlfriend. I love her. Like, you know, I was in love. This is the first girl I ever loved in my life.
Mm.
And then I had a baby by her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, she had a baby by me, you know? So it's like, oh, man, like, this was the dream life. Like, whoever I love first, that's who I'm going to have a baby by. I used to say that in high school all the time. And it happened.
Uh-huh.
But I was cheating as Myron. So I was cheating as Myron. She said all the time, like, that life, that's why I stopped fucking with you. So that's who I was for real. So you know how I go, like, when you know they're available and they're always there, you doing it over and over because you like, she ain't going nowhere. Then when she finally went somewhere, then I started acting crazy. I'm climbing back porches and snowstorms and shit, busting doors down. I'm snatching niggas' phones out their hand. If I see a nigga hand their phone to her, you ain't talking to her. I was crashing out.
Mm.
I was crashing all the way out. And then it got to a point where we was like, man, we can't be toxic. My son, like 3 years old, he don't remember none of this stuff. So we figured it out before he was old enough to start remembering like all the toxic stuff that we was doing. So then we just became great co-parents and we just made it work. So going to these games together, whatever type of trips it was, only for my son. We never did no personal things.
Yeah.
But in the midst of that, I always had her back. If she ever needed me, which she wasn't just asking me for stuff because, you know, she's single. She got guys that probably was making sure she was good and I was doing what I was doing. But we always knew like, hey, I got your back. I love you, this and that. But we just never acted on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you never been married?
Nah, never been married. But I will be soon, like, unless she fuck up.
So divorce court is fake.
Oh, yeah. So, oh, my God. Oh, my God. So, listen.
So you acted a fool on divorce court.
Yeah. Because, first of all, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't want to do divorce court because the girl I was talking to at the time, like, you know, I already had a buzz and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was already moving and grooving. And I felt like she was kind of like trying, like, she liked the clout a lot. You know what I'm saying?
You Ashley Robinson?
Yeah, she liked the clout. How you know that?
I'm a journalist.
Oh yeah, so she I feel like she was like in clout. She kept asking me to do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And I'm like, well, if we go on there, we got to be for real. Then I ain't going on there lying because what we was talking about on there is what we was really going through in real life. I do come in the house and like my dogs first and talk to my dogs. I was like, man, it was just too much. Like when it was a lot of stuff. All that stuff was the storyline that we was talking about was true. That's stuff we argued about.
So she was really insecure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and all that was true. So when we was talking, none of that was made up. Everything that we talked about was true. I said, I ain't going on here unless we gonna be honest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a check. It was like, boom, you want to go on here so bad? You want to go? Because I didn't want to go because I felt like she was just trying to be on. Like I felt.
How much was the check?
It was probably like, I don't even. It was probably like 1,000 or 1,500 some shit.
Okay.
Right?
That's a cool little check.
It was quick, but it was like, she kept on doing it. I'm like, okay, well, whatever. We gonna tell the truth, though.
Yeah.
We ain't finna get on there and be like lying.
So she really used to tweak.
Huh?
So she really used to tweak like that. Because I watched the show.
Yeah. No, listen, none of this, I'm telling you, the only thing that was fake about that show was that I was ever married. That's why if you see this when she was saying, when she noticed, she was like, well, I forgot what part Star Jones was saying. She was saying something about, I kind of stumbled a little bit because I'm like, this shit ain't true. Like, so you moved in with her fast and this and that, y'all not married. It was some factual stuff that went with the story, but I'm like, I'm already in real story mode. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, I wanted to be like, hell no, I ain't do that. But I had to go act like I did. She's like, so you just moved right in with her, but you wasn't. And in my head, I'm like, that ain't how to fucking win in real life. You know what I'm saying?
So you did go through that where she would be there while you doing your skits, be there while you trying to work, and she would just be jealous of the girl.
Listen, I would take her with me to do skits. Like when she talked about that skit, like, well, I walked out and I came in and it was a girl acting like they were having sex and you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. But I think that's the skit she's talking about. Yeah, because shout out to Danny, man. She from New York, man. Funny as hell. We was doing a skit. That's the skit they came up with, right? We got on clothes. We ain't fucking doing nothing for real. I never messed with that girl. We ain't look at each other like that. It's a skit. We're acting. But because she was insecure and she was with her friends, right? I could tell she was, first of all, I already know how she is. But then when we pulled up and they was up there having fun on the top porch of their Airbnb and there was other guys there too. They was just dancing, twerking. That's what girls do. I seen her energy already, like, and I'm like, oh, here we go. So I'm like, I'm finna keep filming, and you can go, like, whatever, because I feel her energy. I didn't like bringing her around, because even you, man, you have nothing going on. She'll look at you, nice looking woman, whatever. We here talking, we just vibing, laughing, having fun. You got a whole man, your man, if you say your man ain't here, she don't know you got a man. But you know you got to do whatever. I don't know, whatever going on. She will sit in here and be like, you will feel the energy. You will feel every bit of the energy of like, what's wrong with her? Like, you know what I'm saying? Her energy was so strong with like, and I hated it. So I was like, nah. Super cool person. I ain't down talking to her. She's super cool, but I didn't like that because I'm trying to bring you around. I'm bringing you around to show you, and you still finding ways. Like, it's so many stories I can talk about, but I know our time running out. But it was a lot of reasons why it got like that, like, bro.
So you initially knew. Because when we working, we already know, like, okay, if I can't do this, I definitely can't be with you. So you initially knew, like, bitch, you ain't the one.
But you met me doing what I was doing. You met me as cheating ass Myron. You met me because you was in my DM about me being cheating ass Myron. I didn't know it was going to go that far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was just another girl I met, whatever, whoop-de-woo, when it happened, and then it was going to be it. But if I'm being honest, man, like, I mean, like I said, ain't no shade to her. I feel like it was more so of a comfort thing for me as far as, like, I'm living in, because at the time I'm living in Atlanta. You know, this is me in Atlanta, but by myself. I got no family down here. It was like more of a comfort thing.
Yeah.
We had conversations when I would be like, like, if you feel like this, why you still want to be with me? Why you want to be? Because now I'm feeling like you just around for the wrong reasons now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you like, oh, you a cheater, you this, you that, why do you still want to be with me?
Because you been cheating as Myron.
Yeah.
Bitch, like, you already knew what it was.
Yeah, that's what Star Jones said. And then if you feel like this and you so insecure about these things, why are you still dealing with me? Is what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? I would ask her. She's like, because I love you. And I can understand that, but in my mind, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's like, you like the light that comes with me more than you know what I mean? Like, you probably did love, but it's like you like the light that came with it. Like, the people I can have you around. Granted, she went and made her own thing, but I didn't even like, ain't so much stuff I can say, man. I don't even want to talk about her. I would talk about my woman. You know what I'm saying? I want to give her that much shine, dog. It's because she be sitting there like, yeah, you talking hell no. I was talking about my woman. I love you, Kwani. I'm going to say Kwani. I love you, Kwani.
I know that's right.
My mother, my son, the woman I always knew I was going to end up being back with, even when she didn't even know it. I kept telling the world I got to live my life and do everything I wanted to do. And I thought it was going to make me say, fuck her. And it didn't work. I was living my life doing everything. And I was like, when I'm done, I'm like, man, I want her. I still wanted her. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I knew. So.
That's cute. That's cute.
No,
no, it is. Like, that's cute for real.
No, it is, man.
So I had seen you remade a lot of the Bro-rilla skits that went super viral.
She got mad at me too.
Who did? Bro-rilla? Oh, she was mad at you?
She shared them at first. Like, she shared it at first. She was like, dog, you funny as hell. And then I did like another one. So when I seen it, I had 5 ideas in my head. If I got ideas in my head, I'm doing all my ideas.
Period.
So I did all 5 and I dropped them all in 2 days. So I think by like the 4th idea, she shared it on her Facebook. She was like, lame ass nigga, this ain't even funny no more. It's getting old. I didn't even end it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about all that. So my content is different. So I'm not finna be on there beefing for one with a girl or just beefing in general. People was tagging me, sharing, and I just laugh. Like, it didn't get nowhere. You see, you don't know about it. It didn't get like big like when she beefing with everybody else.
Yeah.
Cause I ignored it. I didn't care. I was like, my content done is hidden. I'm getting my pay. I'm getting paid for this shit.
Type shit. But how do you feel about the situation in itself, as far as like, oh, the breadwinner in the family is accountable to take care of everybody, or what you think about the situation?
Nah, I don't think that, like, cause we don't know their story. So this is my thing. Like, if that was me, if everything she's saying is true, like they slept on the floor with me and they did all this with me, the groundwork with me. If they literally did the groundwork with me, it is fucked up if she just kicked them to the side, like, you know what I mean? Because that'd be bogus as hell if I helped you do the groundwork, help you get resources, do all this to build your podcast platform, then all of a sudden, when you get your podcast platform, it's like, fuck Myron, I'm finna go get all these people and now, and you blowing up and you ain't even trying to help me at all. I feel away because I did the groundwork with you, right?
Yeah,
even though you're still not obligated, but in my mind, I was doing it out of the kindness in my heart. I don't expect anything, but hey, if you get up there and say, fuck me, now I'm feeling that. I'm feeling the fuck you part. That's what I'm feeling, like, damn. But if she's lying, then I don't feel like if you didn't do all the groundwork, like literally all the groundwork, not just a bit in pieces, because Gorilla, how you say her name? Gorilla? Glorilla? Glorilla, yeah, I can never say that. Glorilla is who she is because of her personal work ethic. Like, I am who I am. You are becoming who you are. I'm becoming who I am because of the extra work that we do on our own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not sitting here with me 24/7, right? So you're not obligated to none of the money or none of my accomplishments unless you were there 24/7. That's how I feel. But me personally, if you did any type of thing and you always say genuine, even if you did stop along the way to go do your own thing or whatever, I will never forget that. You get what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you did help me in the beginning, but then you started working, or you got a boyfriend, if it was, you know, or whatever, or if it's one of my homies, you got a family, so you kind of just faded off, but you still was my friend and we was cool. You know what I mean? Like, if you got weird and start talking shit before I even start making money, then fuck you. Like, you already expecting shit. I'm still figuring it out.
I think that's what their situation was. I think they kind of fell out way before Glorilla even made it. Like, that's what I think. But as far as like taking care of the family and things like that, yeah, I'm gonna make sure my mama's straight. I'm gonna make sure, like, the people who took care of me, supported me, I'm gonna make sure they good. But I think like anybody I fell out with along the way to me becoming me, like, fuck you.
No,
you been saying fuck me.
100%. 100%. But like you said, family and anybody that you immediate family, because you know you got a whole lot of family, but immediate family, meaning your mama, your daddy, maybe your brothers, your sisters, or if you had a grandma or somebody that was tight, you know what I mean? Or even if it was an auntie, uncle, whoever your immediate family is. I don't know what that considers for other people, but those are the people you make sure are good always. You know what I mean? Make sure they are good, you have fun, and enjoy that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what that's what I would have did, man. So I never really commented too much on it because I don't know if she's lying or telling the truth. But if it's truthful like what she's saying, then I do feel like Glorilla should break them something or give them something, start them. Here you go. What you do with this is on you. Don't come back crying unless like it's a life or death situation. You get what I'm saying? But like, if I gave you $20,000, if you smart with that, you can make that last, and you know, with investments or whatever you gonna do. Don't just get it and spend it and spend it and spend it and spend it, and it's gone. You like, I need some more. You had enough money to do something, bro. You can buy a house for $10,000 and flip that motherfucker. If you something, find something to do with that motherfucker. That's all I said. Don't keep coming to me asking for $20,000.
No, for real.
For real. Like,
for real. Because you will bleed me dry.
Yeah.
So I heard you mention Mojo Brooks earlier.
Yeah.
Do you know him personally?
Yeah. I know. So I've been knowing Mojo before all of us even started like really popping, even like Funny Marco. Like Funny Marco and Mojo for sure. Because he's from Chicago. Well, you know, Mojo is.
Yeah.
Marco from Kansas City. But literally everybody just watched everybody just grow. Like from when nobody had nothing. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like, man, shout out to my dog. I'm going to say this to Marco, because, man, when we first moved to Atlanta, we was house to house.
Tell Mojo to come see me.
We was house to house. I tell Mojo, man, you got to come see her, man. Super cool, super dope podcast, dog. Mojo, man, you got. And she from your city, bro.
Type shit.
From Chicago, Mojo, man.
And I fuck with him.
Yeah, I know Mojo. And she rock with you, Mojo. Mojo super cool, though. He's super cool, solid dude.
Yeah.
But I've been more knowing Mojo, man. We did shows together. That's how long the Fofo been going on. We did shows together in Indiana like years ago. And I remember I got off stage and we figuring the stage shit out. And I remember I did my Fofo to end my set. And they was all into it. And I remember I got off and Mojo was like, he said, man, how the hell you do what you do on the internet on stage? I'm like, man, I didn't know. I just did it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But Mojo a beast on. You see what he doing? Like,
oh yeah, I watch Mojo all the time.
Mojo a dog, man. Marco a dog on stage. Now everybody grinding, man, doing their thing, man.
So do you enjoy stand up?
Yeah. So I enjoy stand up, and now that I told myself in 2026, I'm going to make it a priority. So I've been on the road. I've done a lot of. I done did theater. I done did hella comedy clubs, but I never made it a priority. You know, like Mojo and them, they make it a priority. So I told myself coming into 2026, I said, I'm going to make it a priority. I done did shows with a lot of people, like people that I grew up watching, people that, you know what I mean? Just even my own stuff, like, you know, and they sell out and stuff, but then I just be like, just keep grinding, do my content, do my, you know what I'm saying? You do auditions, get your little movies, your Tubi movies or whatever you're doing. But now I'm like, you know what, man? I love doing stand-up. I just never made it a priority. You know what I mean? Because I was doing other stuff. So it's like, and it ain't nothing better than being in real time with the people who watch you grow on social media. You know, they get to see you in real time, like, dog, you really funny in person. Or they get to feel your energy, like, or and learn your story. Like, what I want to do on stage now is go out there and they see the silly Myron, but when they leave, they also know Myron. So they get to leave like, oh, he is funny. He said, that boy goofy as hell, but they know I lost my parents. They know how I got through it. They know how I am as a father before a father, and the funny and the not funny of being a father, like all of that. You know what I mean? Like I want people to know that now when I get off stage. Because I also feel and believe that when people have a more personal connection with you, that's how your fan base really grow. People can laugh at you forever, but then they can get tired of laughing, like, oh, it ain't funny no more to me. But if they feel a connection with you, like, damn, I lost my mom and dad, he's still going. They feel motivated by you or anything, that's when they stick to you. You know what I mean? You gotta be likable, lovable, relatable. You know what I mean? Relatable,
definitely.
Relatable. And
definitely.
if you like that, then you can win as long as you gotta grind and you ain't stopping. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I want to just leave when I get off stage versus just like, that nigga was silly as hell. He was funny. He said a lot of funny stuff. Because that's, you know, to me, it's easy and simple to do. But when you walk off and you know me.
So what comedian influenced you the most?
Chris Tucker.
Chris, I can see that.
Chris Tucker, man.
I can see that.
I seen him in elementary school, and I never knew I would probably do stand-up or none of that, but I was always been a class clown. But Chris Tucker, I seen him Friday when I was a kid, and I was like, this nigga funny, dog. I seen Money Talks and all that. You know, he got Fifth Element and, you know, obviously the Rush Hours, and he got other stuff. And I'm like, oh, this dude is funny.
Yeah.
Chris Tucker is funny. Like, that's my favorite comedian. I ain't even met him yet. I done been around a million people. And I ain't met my favorite person yet, man.
Because I think Chris Tucker, like, went through, like, a spiritual journey.
Yeah, he did.
And now he coming back outside.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're going to bump into him.
Yeah, I know I am. I know I am, man. I think that's the only person that I, like... So the people I've been fanned out by, but I ain't act on it. Like when I first got into the game and doing stuff, it's like, damn, that's like when I first met Tip, Shaq, Michael Blackson. I'm like, damn, nigga, but I ain't show it. But I'm like, damn, like I was turned up, man.
Yeah.
And then Chris Tucker, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be talking. Man, nigga, you don't know how he might fuck around get irritated with me. Like, man, get your ass away from me, grown ass nigga, all that. You know what I'm saying? But I do and even that, just shout out to T.I., because he's the first celebrities that ever reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? So it was Arsenal first. You know, you watch battle rap, you know Arsenal? You know
I know who Arsenal is.
Arsenal was the first person, like, on the next level when I was coming up. Boom. I'm like, damn, this nigga watched. Then it was Shaq. Then it was Michael Blackson. Then it was T.I. And they all fucked with me heavy. I did like 12 videos with Michael Blackson. I did videos with Shaq. I hung with Shaq. He even talked to my sons on the phone, with my son and his friends on the phone. T.I. Personally called me, put me in his movies, you know what I'm saying, like that, and just even came to a comedy show. Tip, man, I did an open mic. We was on the set of Shooting Apartments and shit, and we all went and did an open mic that night, and some dude, I was on stage, and I'm doing real good too, laughing. This is Tip first time seeing me on stage. Some dude was trying to heckle, and I got on his ass real good, and they cracking up, and he was trying to get like rowdy, but you know, when you're on stage, you don't care, you just having fun. Tip got up, went over there, I don't know what he said to the man. Tip went and hollered at him, went back and sat by Tiny. Mind you, in a small venue, I get off stage, everybody laugh, clap. I go to the bar, and me drinks. Dude come over there trying to apologize, and I'm like, nigga, I ain't trying to hear that, because you was just talking super beastie. It ain't even about what Tip did. That's just me as a man in general. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm silly as hell, but I still come from the streets. I tell niggas all the time, I say, I ain't no hood nigga, but I'm from the hood. So it's like, I know a lot, I seen a lot, been through a lot. So I still ain't gonna fuck with no nigga if he acting weird. You feel what I'm saying? It ain't about being tough. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. I'm cool on you. You know what I mean? And I just said it like that. I'm cool. I'm good. Oh, come on, Mike. This was a dude that was all, before I got on stage, he was telling me how he liked my video. So he must have got drunk and somehow he started getting mad and trying to cause a scene, but it didn't work in his favor. Tip got up, told him, probably calm down, chill out, woo. Got off, he started apologizing. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Come on. I'm like, I'm good, bro. I left it like that. So shout out to Tip, man, for, I don't know what you said to that dude, but you made him apologize. Apologize.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight, Myron Jewell. It was a pleasure. Is there anything else you want to say to the people or get off your chest? Say it with your chest.
Yeah, say it with your chest. First of all, congratulations to you and your platform and what you're doing, man. Like, keep growing.
Thank you kindly.
And the more I grow, I'll come back again. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna talk about most stuff. But yeah, make sure y'all follow her, subscribe to her. You know, you got YouTube and all that stuff.
I do got YouTube.
Yeah, tell them that. So, I gotta make sure y'all follow. You probably gonna tell them anyway. Right?
I'm gonna tell them anyway. And Say It With Your Chest Pod, POD. Say It With Your Chest.
Say It With Your Chest Pod.
Dollface.Kelly.
Facts. Y'all follow her on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everything. Put her name in. And before I get out of here, man, just shout out to everybody that all my supporters, my son, obviously, my niece and nephews, my lady. And then make sure y'all go watch some movies, man. I got a few movies out on Tubi and Amazon Prime. Disconnection Notice is on Amazon Prime. Day After Quarantine is on Amazon Prime. Departments is on Tubi. The Hole in the Wall is on Tubi. I feel like I'm forgetting something. The Hole in the Wall. Departments 2 coming soon as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably forgetting something. I'll be ass when I be doing these. Day After Quarantine. Yeah, I don't want to hold up too much time. We've been already talking for a while. I'll tell y'all.
It's okay.
I can't. My mind is blank, man. What I said, Disconnection Notice, Day After Quarantine, Departments, A Hole in the Wall. Oh, First Day Out is on Tubi as well. First Day Out is on Tubi as well. That's all I remember right now. That's a couple more, man. So I apologize if I forgot. But it's been years. Like, some of them old. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so y'all go check me out when people ask me, I got movies and stuff. And then I got a tour coming up, man. Myron Jewell. It's going to be called the Myron Jewell Present. If you don't know me, now you do. Because, you know, now it's like you don't, a lot of people don't know nothing about me. They just know I'm goofy. So now you do. So that'll be that coming to a city near you real soon. So make sure y'all be waiting for that flyer to drop so that when I come to y'all city, y'all can sell them things out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Say It With Your Chest Podcast, episode 5. This is Miss Kelly, the realest bitch in the world. See you.